split energy, this stops manifestation. One of the things that I've learned after so many years doing business and growing and trying to figure out myself, maybe sometimes the universe, is what I'm sharing with you today. And I got an example when I was thinking about this video that I want to share with you. And actually this example, it came from my marriage with my ex-wife, where it felt like she wanted to go one direction and I wanted to go another direction. And this is, you probably tried this sometime in your life, maybe in a relationship, maybe in a work situation, maybe something else. But when one person want to go one way, the other want to go another way, it's not that easy. And it takes a lot of energy and the results vary. Now, the image that I got thinking about this for this video is that imagine two people in a canoe. One is rowing and want to go to the right, one is rowing and want to go to the left. And they can row and row and row and spend a lot of energy on rowing, but they will not get to where they want and they will be exhausted. Now, does this, can you see that image, and does this any way make sense for you if you are trying to manifest something in your life, but it feels like that you just are spending a lot of time, spending a lot of energy, and nothing really happens, and you go like, well, manifestation doesn't work. Like I said, I've been in this for so many years, and it can be business, it can be relationship, it can be money, it can be health, it can be anything. In the gym, I see people showing up, they do a lot of work, they come, but they still don't get their results. Why? Because split energy. I see people trying to make money, and I've helped a lot of entrepreneurs trying to make money, and same thing. In their mind, they wanted one thing, but what actually happened was in another direction. Split energy. So if you can relate to this, what I'm sharing with you here is something that can help you. It helped me and it helped people that I work with to kind of, you could say, align. So instead of two different directions, align it and be clear on what a person wants, and then not split energy, but align the energy and going towards the thing that one wants. For me, for people I've helped with this, you can do affirmations, you can do visualizations, and you can even take a lot of action. But if there's split energy inside, results will vary. Results will not show up, and people will say manifestation doesn't work. So what is this about? When I say split energy inside, what I mean is that a person can have an idea, maybe even feel this is what I want. Could be more money in the bank, could be a bigger company, could be start the business project, could be start the school community or grow the school community. Could be ending in a very nice relationship, being in a very nice relationship with a loving partner, someone's that the person actually really feels attracted to and enjoy being with. It could be going to the gym and then seeing the results also. So, what is this split energy? Let me give you an example around money, because this is something that I related to, and I've just recently been through this again because I was seeing something showing up in my life and I didn't understand why this happened. So let's say you got an idea, you want a certain amount in your bank, or you want to double your business or something like that. And you start doing things to make this happen. The split energy that I'm speaking about is that something inside of you, this is what happened for me, an old pattern in the subconscious, in the nervous system, is not safe with these things. So, and this can show up in many ways. For many people, it's something, it's a thought showing up. It's something like, you can't do this, or this is a waste of time, or I will never succeed, or I'm not good enough for doing this. And for some people that are more in the body and feel more, it might be something in the chest or nervousness, or I even see people, and I had that myself, being really red in the head. And this is kind of a stop sign for many people. So they go, okay, I'm on the wrong direction, or it hinders them, kind of like running, but with something very heavy in the backsack. Backsack. And back to my personal example here. I was thinking about money, and I'm getting deeper and deeper in my own journey here. And then I felt something inside, and I felt nervousness. Nervousness came up. And my first thought, before I got aware around this, was, okay, this is the wrong direction. I am not supposed to have more money. I'm not supposed that this is succeeding. And I recognized that because I was aware that this was going on. And I sat with it, and I began feeling inside, what is really going on here? And I felt nervous. And again, if a person is not aware of this, it's very difficult. So the actions will for some people, the actions will be where it's seen what's actually going on inside. But if we feel this nervousness inside, it's easy to think this is not right, this is wrong, or something else. For me, what I realized is that this is something old. It's an old pattern inside that has not been reprogrammed, released, letting go of, or decoded, or whatever you want to call it. But something deep inside, probably in early days, that was installed in there. And now it shows up. And it gives us the opportunity to decide, do I want to stay in the old, or do I actually want to, again, use whatever word is right for you, rewrite, decode, shift, transform, whatever is right for you, this old pattern into what I now want. But this is the split energy. So let's say there's something calling to attract money or doing something. Now nervousness or the thought is showing up. This is not the right thing. Goes different ways. See what I meant with the boat? So a person might say, I want to do this, but inside there's an old pattern, an old program, an old energy, whatever is right for you, that goes the other direction. And back to the boat example or the canoe example, this can mean a lot of actions, a lot of running around in the hamster wheel. The only thing that happens is that the hamster gets very, very exhausted, but results will not show up. Manifestation will not show up. And even if a person believes that the universe will provide, well, again, split energy. So it might be that a person is saying, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this. But inside in the nervous system is saying, I don't like this. I'm afraid I'm not good enough to have money. I'm afraid I'm going to lose the money. I'm afraid that people don't like me anymore. I'm afraid that I don't like myself anymore if I get more money. So split energy. So if the universe is responding to this, the universe is going, okay, make a decision, right? Getting confused probably also. Does this make sense? This is my really like sharing from my own journey here. And again, I've been through all of this. I was in a $1.5 million debt. I forced myself through all of that. I ended to pay off the debt, and the next crisis came in that I had to solve. And again, what happened in the next and the biggest crisis, there was a relationship that was not honest. She had another man. I was crashed. But there was old energies that it gave me the opportunity to finally understand all of this with all the old energies. People call it trauma, old energies, whatever blocks, whatever you want to call it. But that's what gave me, for this video, the idea about split energy. So, and it's deep inside of us. Most people are not aware of this. People ask me, but Michael, how do I understand this? How do I work with this? And there's this simple formula that I've shared again and again. It's an old formula. It's not by me. Many mentors have spoken about this and taught this formula. It's going thoughts plus feelings or emotions plus actions equals results. So whatever the result is in one person's life, you can go back and say, okay, what were the actions and why was this action there? When I created my company, when I paid off my debt, I got in a solid strategy mode for my business. I focused on selling. I focused on getting a bigger team. I focused on systemizing it. And I focused on becoming a bigger and better leader myself. And it grew to 60 people, that company, in 4 years. Focused, no split energy, focused. But remember, there was still something deep inside. So, to become aware what's going on. So you can see it on the action. You can look at the results and then you can just check the formula. See it on the actions. Okay, which action did I actually take? And sometimes, how did it feel? Some people, they post, they do things, they try to make sales calls and something like that, but it feels like inside. And that's not aligned energy. Makes sense? Split energy. So when we become aware what's going on inside, when we begin to listen to ourselves, we can watch the results, we can watch the actions, but when we begin to understand what's going on inside, what am I actually thinking, what am I actually feeling, now we can look at the coding, we can look at the program, and we can begin to understand what's going on. And from there, we can begin to shift and transform or decode or reprogram, whatever you want to call it. So I hope this helped. And that's also exactly why we're doing this 7-day free manifestation reset challenge. This challenge is free. It's for everyone who resonates with this, who want to find a way to solve this split energy. Imagine that all your energy was focused in one direction. Your own actions, and if you think about the universe and responding to you, it's going to be a lot easier, everything. So that's why the Manifestation Reset Challenge is there. And it's in our community, the Manifestation community. This is not about hustling anymore. It's not about grinding. It's not more strategy. It's not more about all of these things. It's about one thing, and that is what is going on inside of you. For you to become aware, for you to begin to understand, and begin to look at what's going on inside. And from there, it's possible to begin to play with, let me use that word, and be curious about what happens if I think about money and relationship and love and health and these things. So, and if you want to check that out, there's a link below this video. You're more than welcome. And we are a loving community, nice and easily growing. You're more than welcome. See you in the next one.